up bright and early on this Saturday morning to go see Elio.
Yep.
Yeah, so first thoughts, first impressions, or thoughts going into the movie?
No idea what this movie's about, but I'm excited to see it because, Disney and Pixar, they're always good.
Yeah, we're going to see what Pixar has in store for us, but my expectations are mid. My expectations are not super high, so we're going to see what it's about, and we will let you know after we give it a watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are back home just from seeing Elio.
Yes.
And we are processing it kind of in real time, but we want to talk about it.
Yes.
So let's do a quick debrief. Let the people know, what was Elio about?
Elio is a movie about a little boy who seeks to find his identity after the loss of his parents, and he does so through his obsession with aliens and alien abduction.
Okay. So let's kind of break it down and talk about, what do you think were some of the major themes of this film, and what do you feel like was familiar, and what do you feel like was something that was like new or fresh?
Okay, things that felt familiar. People feel alone. People are always trying to find themselves, like trying to seek the external validation in some kind of way, and I feel like that was a huge theme in this movie. It started out with the familiar trope of Disney, the parents are gone, so sorry if that's a spoiler, but if you're a Disney fan, you should come to expect that at this point. It was interesting, like the tropes of like the unexpected friendships, finding family, like found family. That was a big theme. There were a lot of familiar themes that are very present in Pixar movies.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that some of those themes that you mentioned, of course, are always there. And even visually speaking, like you think of Elio in this movie, he has an eye patch, right?
Yes.
It very much reminded me of like Nemo. Nemo with his like little fin,
Yeah.
So like they always have to, like, the parents are not there, or some sort of like something visually different about the main character, things like that. So I think that Pixar definitely struck some of the familiar heartstrings, or like chords that we all know and is familiar. But I think that there were some new, fresh takes on a few things.
For sure.
So I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are on that.
I think what was fresh about it was, visually speaking, like seeing space being depicted in that way, all the different creatures. Like, I think how the message was delivered was what was new and fresh, not so much the actual message.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that that's a plus for people who crave comfort and familiarity and predictability.
Yeah.
But I think also as fans, like, I am not one who is full on for like the remakes and the live action versions of animation, see Lilo and Stitch, or, even like Toy Story 5. Like, no, I didn't ask for that. But like, I really want to see things that are kind of new and fresh and new storytelling. So I was excited to see that they embraced more of that sci-fi feel in this movie, more so than any of the other Pixar films of late have done. So I was excited to see that as a kind of a fresh new perspective on things. And even there was a little tinge of like horror in there.
There was, for sure.
So I think that was something that was new that Pixar and Disney might be playing with. We've got villains coming, like Villains Land. There's more of a embracing of like that villains kind of dark storytelling maybe in some of children's movies. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I just thought that it was something that was interesting to see. And when I say horror, for the parents out there, because I do think that this is a family-friendly film.
Extremely family-friendly.
It's not like super like horror, but that there are just some themes that, there's like one particular scene that I'm thinking of that was just like, oh, this is definitely like giving like scary movie vibes.
Intentionally.
Like scary little kid vibes. And if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly what scene I'm talking about. But yeah.
I think that's like for the adults though.
Yeah.
Too. I think that's like for the adults to be like, what the heck? We need a review.
Like, so I'm out, science. I'm out, peace out.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
But I think that you bring up a good point though about like being for the adults. So yes, this is a family friendly movie. I highly recommend it to take the whole family to go see it.
Take the family.
Our kids
Take
to
the
see
family.
it with us, but there were definitely like adult messages. So what do you think were some of those more adult themes that resonated with you?
Well, as a parent, you're not alone trying to understand your kid. You know, you're not alone in the I don't really know what I'm doing at times, and you're just trying to figure out how not to screw up your kid. So you're just like, oh, well, this kid's throwing this at me, but I think I know what's best, but do I know what's best? Like it's a lot of that like identity crisis as a parent that you can have that I think was depicted very, very well. Yeah, there were several times where I was just like, man, yep. Same. I understand that, or you know, just the kid would act a certain way. You just be like, seen that before. So like, there was a lot of moments that I felt like I saw myself.
Yeah, and I think again, that's the beauty of the storytelling, that it captivates you in a personal way. It went over our kids' heads, like you know, we talk at the end of the movie with the kids and. They're like, oh yeah, I like this, I like that, and what did you think about?
Very surface level.
Yeah, like what did you think about this very specific? Like we're like moved to tears with this particular moment, and they're like, yeah, I thought it was funny. And I'm like, you thought it was funny? My heart was like bleeding at this moment.
Like I'm having a whole internal meltdown and be like, am I making my kid feel like they're not important, or you know, or not seen, or like, oh, I don't want my kid to express this thing that this character just expressed.
At the end of the day, I feel like you know your kid, and no one knows your kid better than you, and you're gonna do whatever.
I'm your father. Like I know you.
Yes. Like, and like the lengths that parents will go to for their kids, you know. No matter how flawed they are as a parent or as a caregiver, because it's also not always just about birth parents, but as a caregiver, we like tear this place apart. I will go to the ends of the earth. I will burn this place down
to my child,
to get my kid. You know? So,
there will be heck to pay.
Yes. So So I think that those were, you know, definitely different. That was definitely a theme, like that parenting concept or that theme was something that really struck me, and I think was part of. Probably it was what they wanted. I am curious to know, like, so we talked about a lot of the things that the movie did well. Were there any missed opportunities or things that you would have liked to see done differently, or other opportunities where they could have taken some more risks where they didn't?
Honestly, off the top of my head, I want to say no. I think they left space for a sequel, and I was like, when we got to the end of the movie, I was like, okay, show me what happens next. Like, show me, you know, what's going to happen in the lives of these characters. How did this encounter, this experience, like, change everybody that was, you know, influenced by it? Yeah. Like, I wanted to see that.
Yeah. Well, you know, they always got to leave the door open for a sequel, because Disney loves a good sequel, honey.
See all the Frozen.
Yes. Again, back to Toy Story 5. But yeah, so final thoughts. What would you rate this movie? And do you recommend that people go see it?
I recommend it wholeheartedly. Seriously, like I would rate this about a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. I would say that I also give it a high ranking, like 4 out of 5. And I do think that people should go see it, because this is coming out right on the heels of Lilo and Stitch. Yeah. And I feel like Lilo and Stitch got so much marketing, so much, like we knew Lilo and Stitch was coming out.
Yes.
But I kind of forgot about Elio. Like, I don't feel like I feel like it's kind of just like, oh yeah, that is coming out. Like, yeah, let's go see that. But when having the option to choose between original storytelling and a live action remake, I'm going to choose the original storytelling. So thinking about the storytelling, thinking about the messaging and the things that we want to see, I think that I would highly recommend people go see it if they are fans of original storytelling, of doing some things that are, even if it's just a little bit new, like it's something new. It's not just live action slop from a remake, you know. It pushes the bounds even just a little bit further creatively. So that's why I would recommend that people go see it. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much.
And go see Elio in theaters right now.
Yes. So until next time, keep embracing the fandoms that you love, and we'll see you real soon.
So we just finished watching Elio, and Erica, what you think?
I have so many thoughts, but I thought that it was excellent. Like,
loved it.
High level, I thought that it was excellent, and I would highly recommend it. I cried. I mean, but that's probably not a surprise at this point, but I cried.
I was crying too.
And I thought that it was excellent, and I can't wait to like go back and like debrief fully. But
for sure,
I highly recommend it.
For sure. And if you haven't gone to see it yet, go ahead and go see it. It's worth your time. The highs are extremely highs. I feel like as a parent and a weirdo, I felt seen. So if you haven't gone to see Elio, go see it.
Go see it.